Welcome back to Let's Talk Superheroes. I'm your host Kalel, and today I'm going to give you my non-spoiler review for Black Adam. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with everything I liked. So I saw a couple reviews after watching this movie, and one of the big things that a lot of people don't like is all of the slow motion elements in this movie. But to be quite honest with you, I love those moments. There was like one big slow motion scene. You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. And that to me was really cool. It was just, we love things that are super sped up. This movie really shows you how powerful he is. So I really dug all of those slow motion scenes. I thought they were really, really cool. And I personally did not have a problem with any of them. I thought they were all very well executed. Also, all of the action scenes are phenomenal. This movie is a true spectacle. I mean, Dr. Fate has some of the coolest action sequences and spectacles of any superhero character I've ever seen. You know, it is very similar to Doctor Strange, but I think they did really good well balancing the magic and not making it too much like Doctor Strange. And more of Dr. Fate and his own character. So I really, really like that, and I'm glad they were able to balance that really well. Hawkman was also a standout. He was pretty cool. He did really annoy me, though. I can't explain how I feel without spoiling anything. So we will be doing a full spoiler review. I've seen the movie 3 times now, and the first time I don't know if I've ever been so angry walking out of a theater before. A lot of the things in the movie were really upsetting to me. But then the second time I went, and I enjoyed it so much better. But yeah, like I said, I want to dive into all of that in its own separate video. I also was a really big fan of Cyclone. I thought she was one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. Atom Smasher, on the other hand, was a little annoying. You might know what I'm talking about. He was annoying. He kind of got in the way. Wasn't a big deal. I'm also really surprised that this movie wasn't rated R because there was a lot of violence. There was a lot of killing. He definitely got the anti-hero that he wanted. But hey, if you're down for that, it's an awesome movie. It was really cool seeing Dwayne Johnson really take on a different kind of role. And speaking of Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, I thought he was really good. Definitely one of probably my favorite character in the movie. He was a little dry. He kind of was just monotone and didn't really have any emotions or expressions in any of his lines. Other than that, I liked him as a character, and he's just the perfect fit as Black Adam. And so is Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, and Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. It was just little things with Hawkman I wish they did differently, but that was just my opinion. But yeah, now let's get into the cons. The things I did not like. I love Dr. Fate. He was a cool character, but he was just really underwhelming in my opinion. He didn't do much. Kind of just took a back seat in everything because just kind of a minor spoiler, it's nothing big. They bring in Dr. Fate because he has near god level powers, and he didn't even do anything. He kind of just took a back seat halfway through the movie, so that was definitely upsetting, and I was expecting a lot more with Dr. Fate. So yeah. Also, I feel like this movie lacked a lot of common sense. Again, I can't dive into it because I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, a lot of the characters just did dumb things. They made dumb decisions. It's why on earth would you do that and not do something else? Also, the humor didn't work for me. I know a lot of people love the humor, and if that's what the kind of humor that you like, and that's great. Didn't work for me. And there's just one character in particular who was carrying the whole movie's humor basically, and I didn't really like his humor. I like the other humor from other characters more actually, but all the humor that came from that one particular character, it was just what are you doing? That's all the cons. Because most of it was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot. But like I said, the first time, I did not like it. The second time, much better. Now let's talk about the pacing of this movie. I thought the pacing was a little slow in the beginning. It definitely could have been a little faster because it takes a little bit before we get to even see Black Adam. And that was just kind of a little slow, and like I want to see Black Adam. The whole movie's Black Adam. It takes us like 20 minutes to even see him. Yeah, other than that, the pacing was okay. It's just whenever it's like not action, it's kind of slow and it's kind of boring. That was the only like downfall with this movie. Is that like there's a lot of action, okay, and when the action's going, it's great. But then when it's not action and they're just talking, it's slow and kind of boring. You just want to fall asleep. Because especially like the dialogue and the things that they're saying aren't very interesting. But that's really my only big gripe with the pacing. Everything else was pretty good. Now let's talk about the story. I thought the story was pretty good. It was good. I don't really know what to say about the story without spoiling anything. I'm sure you guys can assume that there's a bigger threat at the end. And he is also in the trailer, but I'm not going to say his name or anything just in case you guys don't know. But yeah, he was a little underwhelming. I thought it could have been done a little bit better. It's like they were trying to go for a high stakes, but it didn't feel like a high stakes because our main character Black Adam was like way not overpowered. He was just so powerful that it didn't make that villain feel like a threatening kind of villain, if you know what I mean. Other than that, I thought the story was decent. Amon had a bigger role than I was expecting. He was kind of the one that just kept moving the story along. Then we have the music of this movie. The music in this movie, I think, is phenomenal. I loved every soundtrack, every theme in this movie. It was all phenomenal. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I loved all the music. I think that's it. I'm not going to talk about the post-credit scene. It was great. You should go watch it yourself so you can see it if you haven't seen it already. That's it for my non-spoiler review for Black Adam. Let me know what you guys thought of Black Adam down in the comments below. And stick around for the spoiler review for Black Adam because it's going to be pretty good. We're going to be diving deep into everything. So without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.